Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to Am I the Asshole Podcast, baby. Oh yes. I am loving it, baby. Oh my goodness, man. It is a good Tuesday episode. We got a juicy thread for you on deck, and we got some great scenarios. Woo! I haven't read through them, but I have read the titles. Boy, it's good. Woo! Excusez-moi. But before we get into the thread, man, I just want to give a shout out, man, to the people coming out to the streams, hanging out over there with your boy, man. You guys have been showing awesome support. You know, one person in particular, my girl, Bananas. I love you. Appreciate you. You have been very active on the channel, you know, and I've been loving it. I always see you commenting. I always see you checking out every episode, you know, and the clips and all that good stuff, man. And definitely a big shout out to you. All right, definite big shout out. All right. Everybody who has been like very active, whether you've been active on TikTok, you've been active on Instagram, you've been active on YouTube, whatever it is, I am making notes, all right? I am making notes of those people who have just been really, really active, because I don't want it to be a thing where, say, you know, this podcast reaches 100,000, 500,000, you know, maybe even 1 million subscribers and fans and stuff like that. I don't want it to be a thing where I get so big I forget the people who are who supported me in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to forget those people. And so, you know, if you're the type of person who is checking out the episodes every week, you are getting involved, you know, in the comment section, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, even if you're coming out to the streams and you're just in the chat all the time, like, you will definitely get memorialized in this channel. I'm going to find a way to kind of memorialize those people, because I do have a bit of like a handful of people, that definitely stay involved with the show. And I want those people to feel special in some kind of way, because you are the people who pretty much are giving a new podcaster like myself a shot in this competitive podcasting world. And I just appreciate that so much. I appreciate the support, appreciate you coming out. And I want you to feel like your view and your contribute to, you know, I don't want to say like my success, but just the channel's overall and the show's overall success. I want you to feel like that matters. You know, it has weight to it. And so I'm definitely, you know, taking down those names, and I'm definitely thinking of ways that I can like memorialize you guys, because obviously this podcast, it ain't going nowhere. It's something I'm gonna continue to do, and it'll just continue to grow and get bigger just on its own. You know, obviously I stay very consistent. You know what I mean? I upload every Tuesday, every Thursday, Patreon every single Friday. I've only ever missed one Patreon Friday. So that's kind of like in the lost episodes, if I'm being honest with you. That's episode, I believe, 149. If I'm being honest with you, 149 is an episode that will just never get released ever, because I remember that weekend I was extremely sick and I could not film that episode, and so that episode just never happened. It just never happened. But I've been extremely consistent. I've been very consistent with the streams lately. We've been streaming every Monday. You know what I mean? We've been doing our thing every Monday at 5 p.m. You can catch your boy streaming. We stream on YouTube, TikTok, and not TikTok. We stream on YouTube, Kick and Twitch. So, I mean, wherever you're at, obviously I have my my handles for Kick and Twitch over here. But, if you want to just check us out on YouTube, you totally can do that as well. But yeah, man, I just wanted to address that because we do have a good handful of people who do comment all the time. They always support. They're always, showing support. And I want those people to kind of feel special. I really do. All right. So I really appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's thread. All right. People who had a one-night stand that turned into an actual nightmare. What happened? All right. So let's see what happened on you guys' nightmarish one-night stands. All right. She knew she was already pregnant and tried to pin it on me a week later. Yo! That's crazy. She was pretty much looking for a baby daddy is what she was looking for. She wasn't looking for a boyfriend. She was looking for a baby daddy. That's what it was. Wow. Woo. See, look, I've been in the dating game for a little bit. All right. And woo, I've run into a few crazies. I won't lie to you. I've run into a few crazies. But I've never run into a girl that has done that. This is probably like maybe the third or fourth time I've come across somebody saying this on the show where they've talked to a girl or, they went on a date with a girl, whatever the case may be. And then, the girl is like already pregnant and then they find out later on or they find out on the first date or whatever the case may be. And it's wild to me. I'm like, this happens? Like, bro, craziness, just absolute craziness. Like I said, I've gone on some dates with some crazies. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of you women out here are just wilding. And I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, y'all feel like you could just do anything. I've had a girl try to bring drugs into my house, and I'm talking like hardcore drugs. I'm talking about Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to booger sugar in my house. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that, sweetheart. That's wild. You ain't doing all that shit. I even gone out on a date with a girl and she wanted to take a picture, like a selfie with like me and her or whatever. And, she was like, oh, I want to post it on my story or whatever. We kind of look cute together. And I'm thinking, oh, that's wholesome. That's kind of sweet. And crazy enough, her mans, for some reason, like, was using her phone to text me talking about, hey, yo, nigga, get the fuck up out of here. Don't talk to my girl, this and that. I'm like, whoa, hold up. Wait, what? And so, yeah, I blocked her number. I was like, nope, not me, Jesus. I am not about to get shot over some coochie. That ain't happening. You can have her, homie. You can have her. You are not about to blow up my phone talking about, hey, yo, nigga, stop talking to my girl, this, and that. Like, what the fuck over a picture that she took and posted on her Instagram? Like, wildness. Hey, I guess, that's my contribute to the thread. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, people who had a one-night stand that turned out to be a nightmare. What happened? All right, 2-night stand. First night went well. She was cool. Months later, she calls me out of nowhere at midnight, but she can't host and she's 45 minutes away. Okay. She says she will stay the night, so why not? As we are almost back to my house, 10 minutes, something happens. I don't know what. She had to take something before I picked her up. Out of nowhere, she is getting all paranoid about where we're going. She knows who I am, but is having a crisis over the fact that she doesn't know me that well. The first time was at her place. It escalates 0 to 10 in less than a mile, and next thing, she is panicking and telling me to let her out of the car. She was almost screaming. I found a gas station and pulled over. She jumps out, starts panicking frantically while calling someone. I start telling her to calm down, and that backfires as she is screaming at me. How can I calm down? Why do I do this? I don't know where I am. Leave me alone. Yo, and see, this shit right here is why I don't deal with girls who be doing the hard drugs and all that kind of stuff. Nah, man. Like, if you occasionally smoke weed or whatever, that's cool. That's fine. It's fine. Everybody does that. Who the fuck does it nowadays? But if you out here doing the hardcore shit, this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. You gonna out here get caught up catching a case over a chick. Like, bro, she could easily like dial 911 and be like, oh my God, I got kidnapped and this dude took me to some random crazy place. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know him, this and that. And you out here getting put in cuffs because they're gonna believe her over you. Like, nah, bro. Nah, that's why when that girl tried to come into my house and bring some Coca-Cola up in there, some booger sugar, I was like, girl, no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that because I ain't trying to get caught up. Because it's a thing where, like, if I let her into my house and she get high off that shit and we end up, doing it, having the sex, and she could easily be like, oh, man, he took advantage of me because he got me high and then had sex with me. Like, bro, nah, man, nah, not me. Not me, Chief. Not me. I couldn't do it, bro. No, thank you. Woo! Yeah, bro. Yeah, you got to watch out for them girls that be doing drugs, bro, because they could turn on you quick. All right, people who had a one-night stand that turned into a nightmare. What happened? Technically not a one-night stand because no sex happened, but I think it still counts. When I was 21, I worked in a bar, met a really cute girl who asked me to go home with her after my shift. I didn't own a car at the time, and she did, so she hung out for a bit and drove me out to her place. That was a good 20 miles outside of town, but this lovely cabin on the lake. See, look, bro, if I'm being straight with you, I would never. I would never. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I would never. If I don't got a car, I'm not having a girl take me nowhere. Hell nah. Hell nah. All right. As soon as we walk in, she grabs some shot glasses and pours out 4 shots of gin. I tell her I'm not really a gin fan and would rather drink anything else. She said, your loss, and downs all 4 of them. Woo, damn. She was about 110 pounds at best, and that gin hit her hard. She became almost instantly hammered and was slurring and stumbling around, trying super hard to get me to fuck around, which I was super not into the situation. Facts. Because again, if you guys do the dang thing and then she regrets it, she could be like, hey, he raped me. Like, nah, bro. I eventually get her to lay down in bed and try to sleep it off. I laid awake for the next few hours and eventually dozed off. Some very restless sleep, that is, until I wake up and realize she has pissed the bed. God damn it. I can't leave because she drove and I got out of bed and just go to sit in the kitchen and wait for her to wake up. See, at that point, I would walk. I don't give a shit, bro. I'd walk. I'm not staying in this situation. Nah. I ain't staying in this situation. Fuck that, bro. I'm not staying in this situation. No, I'd walk at that point because it's like, bro, I'm not about to sit here and deal with pissy drunk girl. Like, nah, bro, no thanks. All right, I had no idea she lived with her parents, and it freaked me the hell out. To their credit, they tried to be as cool as possible, and her mom made me some coffee. When girl finally wakes up, she walks into the kitchen where me and her parents are sitting and says, did you piss the bed? I honestly didn't even remember what I said other than a lot of stammering and a few mumbled no's. But the panic had washed over me pretty fierce by then. The dad looked over at me and just said, you want to ride home? To which I quickly said yes, and we shuffled out the door and basically ran to his truck. He was just like, my fucking daughter, dude. He was like, this bitch is a disgrace. He was like, this bitch is a disgrace, bro. Oh my God. He was like, I can't stand this chick, man. That is crazy. He was like, I can't stand this chick, bro. God damn. Oh shit. All right, about 15 miles into the drive, he said, I know you didn't do it because your pants are dry. I said, I swear I didn't, and I just want to go home. We drove in silence the rest of the way. A few days later, a girl a girl I bartended with said, I bet you met my sister the other day. She didn't find any humor in this story, and surprisingly, her sister was still claiming I was the bedwetter. I had to find a new job. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like, I don't know why you didn't tell. When she asked, did you piss the bed? I'd be like, no, bitch, you did. I would have said that right in front of her parents. I'd be like, no, you did. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, this, her shit should still be, well, it'd be dry, but it smell like piss. Like, bro, your crotch smells like fucking piss, dog. Not me. My shit is good. I'm straight. You pissed. Like, the fuck are we talking about? That's crazy, man. Hey. Yo, dad was like, this bitch is a disgrace. Oh, man. He was like, my fucking daughter, bro. All right, people who had a one-night stand that ended as a nightmare. Oh, what happened? 20 years ago, I met a dude at a beer festival. He was working for a vendor and I was a attendee. We decided to make it a night and we grabbed some dinner and a hotel room. In the middle of the night, I'm awoken by the weirdest sound I have ever heard a human being make. It sounded like a loon call. I looked over and this guy is having a seizure in the bed next to me. He stops seizing after a few moments and is super disoriented and pissed and cocks his fist back like he is going to punch me. I went from concerned to terrified in a split second and fly out of the bed naked and run to the door, ready to bolt out if he comes after me, and calmly speaking to him, reminding him who I am, that everything is okay. He begins coming back to reality, and I tell him I think he had a seizure. Should we call 911? No, he says he just needs a drink. Turns out that he was a severe alcoholic and was seizing from withdrawal since he was trying to be cool for me and had not had enough alcohol that night. That's crazy. Poor guy, he was only in his early 20s. I wonder if he's survived. So homeboy had a seizure because he didn't drink enough alcohol? That's crazy, man. Wow. You don't drink enough alcohol, so you have a seizure. That's wild. Yo, being an alcoholic is crazy. Whoo. Damn, man. Wow. Just wow, in my opinion. Just wow. Because like, how in the hell are you gonna? Hey, it is what it is, man. You know, hopefully you survived. Being in your early 20s and being an alcoholic is wild. And being an alcoholic to that extent is even wild too. Just the fact that you're having seizures, bro. You're barely an adult. Like, you already fucked your life out the gate. Crazy. Woo, crazy, man. You girls love them alcoholic niggas, man. God damn. Shit. People who had a one-night stand that turned into a nightmare. What happened? All right, met some girl at a friend's begin texting after that for a while. On a business trip a while later, we hook up, have a coffee the next day, and talk a little. Then I go back home. Home is 3 hours away by bullet train. The number of texts from her increases rapidly over the next few days. Tells me she wants to come over, but I do not want that, and tell her I am busy. Also, I never told her where I lived or worked, so that is easy. Next, hold on. Damn. That is easy. Okay, next, I get a text from a female acquaintance that someone on Instagram is writing her crazy messages. Apparently, there was some pictures of me on her reel from some random event I was at. It's the girl I hooked up with. No idea how she found that. I tell her to ignore it. I then tell the girl she should stop bothering other people and man. Did she get angry at that? I ignore it. I did have an Instagram account, but but it was private, and I always took care to not leave pictures of me floating around on the net. Next day, the acquaintance calls me that the girl called her. Tells me, I think what he means, acquaintance tells me that the girl called her at work, and that her boss told her that they were receiving calls explaining about the quality of her work. I make this mistake of writing that girl that what she is doing is pretty crazy and that she had to shut it down. She did not like being called crazy. My acquaintance sorts it out with her company. I apologize and return to putting the girl on ignore. Damn, so pretty much, homeboy, man, this is a long ass story. I ain't reading all this, nigga. But pretty much, he hooked up with the girl, and then she, I guess, wanted to continue seeing him. He was like, no, thank you. And so then she proceeded to, like, internet stalk him, and then found out, like, oh, who's this bitch that you're friends with? Like, bitch, stay away from my man, this, and that. And he's like, whoa, that is not my girl. I don't know who the fuck that bitch is. She's crazy, this, and that. Yo, that's wild. That's wild. Dick game must have been on point, if I'm being honest with you, because that's the only way to make a girl that crazy, bro. Yeah, I mean, if the dick game is on point, she must have just been like, oh, yeah, I fell in love with this nigga. Either that, or it might have been a thing where, you might have taken her virginity or some shit. There has been times where I've gotten caught in those situations where I don't really think, like, oh, no, this girl's not a virgin, or no, this is not her first time or anything like that. You know what I mean? Everything just kind of seems normal, and then they're just like, yeah, no, you took my shit, nigga. And I'm like, I didn't know. You didn't tell me. You know what I mean? Before the insertion happened, you didn't be like, hey, this is my first time. Like, I've had that happen once. I mean, she didn't go fucking batshit crazy on me, but, yeah, I mean, that shit happens without you really knowing, you know what I mean? So that could have been something. Either that or homeboy just had like a lot of redeeming quality that she might have wanted. I don't know what it was, but all I know is that she was obsessed with homeboy. She was like, this is my man right here. And homeboy's like, yo, nah, I just gave you the pickle and that's it, man. That's all you getting. Like, I ain't ever trying to see you again if I'm being straight with you. But yeah, dude. Woo! Yeah, dick game is probably on point if I'm being straight with you, man. All right, on to our next one. People who had a one-night stand that turned into a nightmare. What happened? So there's this bar literally right next to my apartment at the time, right? I go in one night, have a few drinks, end up back in my place with this woman. We do our thing a few times, and when we wake up in the morning, I assume that was that. Wrong. She sticks around the whole day, and I'm not rude or anything, so I just roll with it. She stays again. We do our thing, no biggie. Day 3, and me and my roommate are fairly confused. Wait, nigga, you didn't kick her ass out? Once it was morning time, sure, I would have probably had some breakfast with her or whatever the case may be, but then I'd have been like, all right, bro, you need to get up out of my house. Like, piece of chicken grease, nigga. Like, bye-bye. On your way now. Shoo her ass out. Like, bro, I get trying to be nice and all that stuff, but if I'm being honest with you, yeah, sure. Like I said, have some breakfast. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think he was happy to kind of clap again. But if I'm being straight with you, send her ass on her way, dog. So I go about it delicately. Hey, shouldn't you let someone know where you are or something? Like, wouldn't this worry anyone? She responds with, oh, I did. We're all good. Okay, whatevs. 5 nights. 5 nights I serve as a bed and bang fest to this total stranger. Then she took me out to a really nice brunch at this upscale restaurant. The next afternoon when we woke up and left me there, no ride back to the apartment or anything. So not so much a nightmare, but baffling to say the least. What the fuck? So she spent 5 days up in your spot, and then she takes you out somewhere, and then just leaves you there?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Huh? Like, to me, that just makes no sense. Like, why the fuck were you at my house for 5 days straight? I mean, that's crazy, the fact that you let that girl stay there for 5 days straight. I would have been told her, like, hey, yo, you need to kick rocks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Especially if I was the roommate. I'd have been like, yo, bitch, you need to go. Like, that's crazy. 5 days is wild. And then she takes you to some upscale restaurant and then just leaves you there? Like, what the fuck? That's wild to me. Hey, man, you're too nice, nigga. If I'm being straight with you, you is too nice, man. Yeah, you should have been cut her bitch ass off. Like, what are you doing? Oh, weirdo, man. But that's going to go ahead and be the end of that thread. Hope you guys enjoyed that crazy thread. Yeah, one night stands and, people not understanding that, yo, a hookup is just sometimes just a hookup. There ain't more to it. You know what I mean? There's not more to it. It's just that. That's it. We ain't doing anything else. It's over after we wake up in the morning. We wake up in the morning, you take the walk of shame. You're lucky I ain't making you take the walk of shame in the middle of the night, because shit. I'm known to call Ubers if I'm being straight with you. Like, hey man, I'm gonna get you an Uber. Like, well, we need to go. You need to go because I'm not about to deal with all this. But hope you guys enjoyed that thread though. We're going to hop into announcements really, really quick before we get into today's confession time, as well as you guys' scenarios that you've sent in, you lovely people. So, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday shows. All right. And if you are an audio listener, keep downloading as well as rating us 5 stars. I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing over there. And you guys, I love seeing the downloads go up and up and up. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. Lets me know that you guys come out every Tuesday, Thursday, as well as Sunday to come out, support the show, check us out, listen, all that good stuff. I appreciate it so much. All right. If you want to help us out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. It helps out a lot. And guess what, baby? It's free. It's free. You know what I mean? Subscribing to us on YouTube is absolutely free. Following us on Instagram and TikTok, absolutely free. So I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. Love it all so much. If you ever want to catch me live, definitely catch me on Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do go live every Monday. Occasionally I'll go live on Friday. I know last week I went live on Friday, and so just keep an eye out. That's why I always say subscribe to the channel, because I will do like notifications and stuff there if we are going to go live. So I just say keep a lookout, because sometimes I do stream on Fridays. But I won't ever stream on Sunday. That was something where I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stream on Sundays. Occasionally I'll stream on Fridays, but I will always stream every Monday. All right. So, if you want to catch a live stream, come out, talk to your boy, hang out, all that good stuff. Even get some, little behind the scenes of the show. Cause I know, people have been asking me stuff about that, like in the streams, just little behind the scenes stuff like, oh, what's the thread upcoming and what are we doing next? And you know what I mean? So, I love you guys so much. I'll be letting you guys know the little behind the scenes and what's coming up next and all this kind of stuff. So, you know what I mean? And you guys can ask me anything if I'm being honest with you in the streams. You guys can ask me whatever you want to ask me. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. So come on out, check us out, man. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be live on YouTube, Twitch, as well as Kick. So just come on out, check us out, man. And that'll be that. So we're gonna get into our confession time for today. Hold on, let me find this. Let me see. Okay, cool. All right. So today's confession time is: I think I love my male best friend even though I have a girlfriend. Oh shit. I think this is a dude that is in love with his dude best friend, but he has a girlfriend. That's crazy. All right. So, hey, I am 19 male, and I'm starting to romantically want my best friend, 20 male. Ever since my ex broke up with me a year ago, I've started talking more with him, and sometimes I catch myself just listening to him yap about his interests, and when I say listen, I really mean I just sit there and admire his voice. And I love when he's just yapping about his favorite things sometimes. I'm just daydreaming and imagining how I'm cuddling with him and kissing him because he's such a cute boy, and just want to hug him so much. I have to admit sometimes I have even dreams about him, and they are very freaky. I won't go into details. Thank you. Unfortunately, he does not see me this way, and he just takes me as a friend, which I totally respect, and I won't pressure him because I like him, and I don't want him to, and I want him to be still my friend. Sometimes I make dirty jokes directed at him, but he just takes them as jokes and ignores the innuendo. Little does he know how much I want him in my bed with me. Maybe in another universe, he's my sweet baby boy. Okay, well, that is wild. So I take it maybe you don't like women and you like men. And I think, you're kind of figuring that out. You're just finding out, hey, you know what? I like me some penis. I don't like me some vagina. And it happens. I think everybody kind of goes through their little sexuality journey in a different way. And I think your best friend was the way that you kind of found that out. If I'm being straight with you, you were just like, you know what? I like some penis. that vagina just ain't hitting right. You know what I mean? Hey, and it happens that way. It just is what it is. I think it's a thing where like gay dudes a lot of times have to date women to realize that they don't like women and that they actually are gay. So, hey, it happens and it is what it is. We're not judging you over here. It's one of those things where you're just kind of figuring things out. And so, if that was your way of figuring it out, that was your way of figuring it out, brother. Hey, I appreciate you for submitting your confession time in, though. These confession times be getting juicy. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, sometimes the confession times be juicier than the scenarios. And I'll be like, yo, y'all niggas, hey, I love it, though. I love it. You guys be confessing some crazy shit. So, hey, appreciate you for sending in your confession time. Thank you. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, all right? So, let's get on to our first scenario for today's Tuesday episode. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to cut off the guy she's been sending nudes to? What? She's been sending what to?
What did he say?
That's crazy. There is no fucking way I would still be with this girl if she's sending nudes to another dude. Nah, bro. Nah, there's no way I'd still be with this chick. Fuck no. Oh, hell nah. Alright, let's see what's up. Alright, so my ex and I were together for about a year. During that time, we briefly broke up once, and immediately after, she hung out with a guy she had told me was just a friend. Okay. And lied to me about it. I only found out they had hung out because he told me, not her. We eventually got back together and things were good for a while, but then we broke up again recently. While we were trying to work things out, I found out that she had been sending nudes back and forth with the same guy. When I confronted her, she admitted she had done the same thing last time we broke up too. After that, we went no contact for a while, but recently we started talking again and I really wanted things to work. She promised that she had blocked him and wasn't in contact with him anymore. Then I saw on her phone that she had texted him a week ago asking for a ride, and they talked about how he had been visiting her at work. I told her that if we were going to rebuild trust, I needed her to send him a text making it clear that she is done for good and was working things out with me. She refused. She blocked him. But she wouldn't send that text. From my perspective, blocking him has never actually stopped them from reconnecting in the past, so it doesn't mean much to me now. I needed real proof that she was serious this time. I begged her to do this one thing to help me move on and forward with the trust. And she just wouldn't. I told her this was the last straw for me. I couldn't be in this relationship where I'm constantly worried about the same person being a factor again. She told me I was being controlling for asking her to send the message and that she doesn't change her morals and beliefs for anyone. From my perspective, I wasn't asking her to be mean or do anything extreme, just to send him a simple message, closing that door permanently to show me that she was serious about us. Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you, man. She wasn't serious with you, and she didn't like you like that at all anyway. If I'm being straight with you, you were just some in-between guy. I'm gonna keep it hundo P with you, bro. You were just some in-between guy that she messed around with, so that way, she wasn't single. And I think it was a thing where she was the type of girl where she doesn't like to be alone. She doesn't like to be single for too long. And so she was kind of just keeping you there in between, because if I'm being honest with you, this guy is the guy that she likes. The guy that she's sending the nudes to, that's the man that she wants to be with. That's the man that she wants to date. That's the man that she wants to have as her boyfriend. But I think what it is that he doesn't want to date her. He's like, nah, I don't like her that much. Yeah, I'll fuck her here and there, but I don't really like her like that. You know what I mean? She's not girlfriend material for me. But she likes him. But what she's doing is she's kind of just keeping you around and being like, but she don't give a fuck about you, bro. And honestly, the first time that happened, the first time that you caught her, sending the nudes or whatever, I'd have been done right then and there. Because if I'm being honest with you, and then the fact that she admitted, oh yeah, I did this the last time we were together too, that's even another reason why cooked, done, the relationship's over. Like, bro, why are you staying in this relationship and trying to make it work and do all this? Bro, she doesn't give a fuck about you. She don't respect you. She don't care about you. She don't give a fuck, bro. She don't like you at all. You are nothing to her. She's just keeping you around. You're just a placeholder boyfriend, bro. That's all you are. You're a placeholder boyfriend. You're that guy that just gets her from one relationship to another. That's all you are. Because she looks at it like, oh, this old simp ass bitch nigga will come right back to me. I already know. I ain't got to do nothing for this guy. He'll just come back. He out here begging me to stop talking to the man I'm really in love with. If I'm being straight with you, she over here like, I ain't letting my boyfriend hold me back from finding my husband. And that's who you are, bro. You're the boyfriend that's holding her back from finding her husband, or at least trying to. Like, come on, man. And then the just sheer like gaslighting of, oh, you're being controlling and you're doing this and that, and I guarantee you she was like, you're insecure and all this crap. Bro, if a woman truly loves you, none of this would ever been happening. She would have been cut this dude off. She would have been cut this man off. And then on top of that, a woman that actually loves you and cares about you, she wouldn't have seen any of that as controlling. She wouldn't have seen any of that as being insecure. No, she's like, if that's what my man wants, that's what my man wants. Fuck out of here. But no, she don't like you like that. So that's why she's saying the bullshit she's saying. That's why she's doing the things that she's doing, because she don't give a fuck about you, bro. You're nothing to her. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, but you're so blinded. You know what I mean? You got one-itis. That's what it is. You need to go find another girl. You need to start meeting some other women. You need to start talking to some other chicks, because you got that one-itis and you got it bad, bro. You got it bad. You feel like this is the only girl in the world for you, and you're like, oh my God, I love her and I just want to be with her and this and that. And it's like, bro, that ain't worth it. You know what I mean? That shit ain't worth it, bro. Man, but hey. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. But yeah, I genuinely think she don't give a fuck about you. All right. On to our next one. Am I the asshole for breaking it off with my fiance because she did porn in her past? Damn. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks, bro. And it's funny because we did a Patreon episode, and I posted the clip on my TikTok and my Instagram, and it was about this guy who he went on a date with a girl, and his prompt or question was, am I wrong for not asking every girl that I date, have they been a prostitute before? And so what had happened was he went on a date with this girl, and everything seemed to be awesome. And this random guy walks up to the girl and is like, hey, aren't you that girl that be selling pussy? And she's just like, ignoring the guy, whatever it is. Like, yeah, that is you. Oh, yeah, you sell coochie. You used to be on this corner, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, oh, shit. They finished the dinner. He takes her home, and then she kind of spills the beans of like, yeah, I was tight on money, and I had to, sell some coochie. And so there was this random weird ass girl, and this woman was in my comment section talking about, because I had said that this is a thing, like now that OnlyFans and like being a sex worker for women is kind of just normalized, and it's a thing where like these women are kind of like celebrities now, which is kind of crazy to me. And so that's just something like us guys just have to deal with. And if it's okay with you, if you feel like, hey, she used to sell coochie on the street, it is what it is, like, I'ma still be with her, then that's on you. Personally, I couldn't do that. I'd be like, oh, fuck no, I'm dipping, because I'm not about to have random old dudes coming up to my girl talking about, oh yeah, remember you? I remember you sold coochie. Like, bro, that's embarrassing to me. And so, it's on my TikTok and it's on my Instagram. You guys can see the videos that I'm talking about. And I actually made a response video to that, because she tried to sit there and say like, oh, most women don't do this, but most women do it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean most women do this, but most women don't do this? And then she tried to sit there and say, oh, but if women are having hard times, why not sell some pussy? And it's like, what? You condone that? As a woman, you condone other women selling coochie? Like, bro, no. Are you kidding me? You act like these women are dumb and that's all they can do. Like, no, they could get some financial literacy. They can work extra hours. They can, get a second job, whatever the case may be. Like, there's things that they can do and without selling their body, But I say that to say, like, this is a common fucking thing now. Where dudes are going out on dates with girls, and these girls showing their body on Instagram. They used to do sex work. They used to do porn. They used to do this and that. And us dudes are expected to just be okay with that. And it's like, no, bruh. No, not at all. I'm not about to be okay with that shit. Are you kidding me? Nah, your body's all out on the internet and stuff like that. And like, I get, and for her, for this scenario, she used to do porn. So it's like, her stuff's still out there on the streets, like, come on, man. And we'll get into the scenario though, but it's funny to me that, this is coming up yet again, and I was talking about it. But okay, basically, I, 28 male, have been with my partner, 27 female, for the last 5 years. That's crazy. 5 years and you never knew? Damn. Got engaged a few months ago, and everything was amazing up until about a month ago. She had been acting a bit distant and cut off, and this was especially after our engagement. She then told me she had something to tell me around this time period of a month ago, and my heart was already pounding from the tone that she was speaking to me in. Then she hit me with the news. She told me that she had starred in multiple porn videos where she was around 20, 21 to make money, and that it was too hard to continue to hide that from me. Oh, and see, for me, I would feel so like heart crushed because you lied to me. You know what I mean? And sure, you can make the argument, oh, well, she didn't lie. She just didn't tell him. No, you lied to me. This is a thing about your life that you decided to hide from me. Like, bro, yeah, I'm going to feel like you lied to me. Because the woman that I thought I was getting to know over these 5 years, guess what? Wasn't necessarily the woman that I thought she was. And that's crazy. You know? Oh, bro. That's wild. Yeah, I was like, no fucking shit. You didn't tell me until I proposed to you. I got morbidly curious and asked her what she went by and how many videos there were, and she reluctantly told me, and I did end up finding her profile. The videos had a moderate viewership, but I could not bring myself to watch one. I think it'd actually be my last day on earth if I did. I didn't really try to outwardly show it, but I was deeply hurt by this revelation. But all this time, I have been coming to terms with her past, and I realized I just could not do it anymore. I haven't kissed her on the lips, haven't been intimate with her at all, and it's like I've completely lost any interest in this relationship. Yeah, because you don't know who this girl is anymore. You're like, bro, oh, you know what I mean? Because it's a thing where it's like, if you would have told me in the beginning of the relationship, okay, I could probably make a decision about it and be like, is this something I'm willing to tolerate? Yes or no? You know what I mean? But 5 years into it, come on, man. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I called off the engagement with her officially, and a few days ago, I chalked it up to differences in values. She was upset, understandably, and will be still living together for a bit, but staying in separate rooms. Her family must have gotten the news, too, and they've been asking me nonstop why I called it off when everything was fine. It took every ounce of my strength to not say the real reason, so I just again chalked it up to differences in our values. I would have told the parents. I'd have been like, no, she lied to me for 5 years and didn't tell me that she was doing porn. Like, this is something extremely important, mind you, that I should know, because it's like, this is a part of your past. This is something that you did. And the fact that you want to hide it from me, yeah, I'm going to feel lied to. Because the woman that was portrayed to me when we first met is now completely different. And that hurts. That sucks. That is embarrassing for a guy. You're like, yo. Like I said in the last scenario, a man's second worst fear, because his first worst fear is taking care of a kid that's not his, but a man's second worst fear is finding out that his girl has her body all over the internet, and that sucks, man. That sucks, because for one, that's embarrassing. Two, that makes you feel just disgusted. You just feel disgusting. You're like, no. Like, that's what my girl was doing? That's who I'm with? Like, nah, man. Like, that sucks. You know, like, you're the type of girl that I would just fuck and then leave. You're not the type of girl that I would wife and be with. You know what I mean? It's just that, it's tough, man. It's tough. And that's a thing where, like, that's the dating game nowadays for a lot of guys, where, you know, we meet a girl and we just hope that they don't have that kind of past. We hope that they didn't do that in the past. We hope that they didn't have an OnlyFans you know what I mean, once upon a blue moon, or they didn't, you know, just star in a couple videos or whatever the case may be. It's just like, dude, and I get it, you know, they try to justify it. Oh, but I only did it for the money. Oh, it wasn't even like a serious thing, this and that. And it's like, okay, but that's how you look at it. For me, I'm looking at this completely differently. You know, like, you're supposed to be just for me, but you for the whole world. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you know, there's niggas in China beating they meat to you. You know what I mean? There's you know, African niggas in Zimbabwe and shit. They, you know, they're stroking they shit to you. Like, come on, man. You for the whole world, bruh. Like, I would have felt the same way too, because I would have just been absolutely disgusted. I'd be like, I just can't do this. I wouldn't be able to look at her the same. For 5 years, you're hiding that from me, and then all of a sudden you tell me this, and you think I'm just going to be chill with it? Like, nah, bro. Nah. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. I know that's definitely going to bring out some controversy because I know, you know what I mean, you girls like to defend these whores. And it's like, bro, no. You know what I mean? You lied to me for 5 years and then you sat there and acted like I'm just supposed to be cool with it. Like, nah, man. Got your body all out on the internet and nah, it's just, that's tough, bro. Absolutely tough. All right. I'm going to get into our last scenario for today's episode, man. If you gotten this far in the episode, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I love you. If you are an audio listener, make sure to download the episode. Rate us 5 stars. If you're listening to us on YouTube, make sure to like the video and definitely subscribe. Put that notification bell on, man, just so that way you be notified whenever we post and, we go live and stream and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get into our last scenario for today's show. So, am I wrong? Will this disrupt my relationship? Okay, let's see what's up. Me, 24 female. My boyfriend, 25 male. Really enjoy to go out boating with his family. I've gone quite a few times and I've stayed on the boat usually 2 nights and 3 days max. This summer they want to go boating for a week and visit some small islands that we have around where we live. They want me to go because I've never been to the island, but I don't know if I want to. I've known since the beginning of our relationship that he really enjoys boating. I've never grown up on the water and prefer kayaking, swimming, and floating, not really boating. I could not afford what they have. And having been with him and gone so many times and learning all this new stuff, I told him that I don't see a boat in my future where I am willing to spend so much money, time, and effort into keeping it. I told him that though I enjoy boating with them, there you go. I told him that though I enjoy boating with them, I do not know if I want to use more of my vacation time to do that and hang out with his family. Almost all my vacation pay will be spent with him and his family this entire year, and the time they want to go boating is near my sister and I's birthday, which means I would have to take the time I already requested for birthdays and change it to when they want to go boating. I feel like I keep telling him how I feel and about boating and the time schedule, but he keeps saying how much I would enjoy it and that I would get to relax and I wouldn't have to hang out with his family, but it feels like he's not listening to me. It feels like he just wants to keep pushing me into enjoying boating until I cave in and want to help with all the tasks of caring for one, even though I consistently tell him that is the least of my own priorities and that I do not want to ever help him with anything related to the boat. I really just need advice, like this relationship going to continue for our entire relationship? Am I being overly dramatic? I think this is what is it? I think this is just differences of interests. You know what I mean? Because he's like really into the boating and all this kind of stuff. And I think he's just trying to get you into the same interest. And I think it's a thing where if he can't let you do your own thing and then he just boats with his family by himself while you do your own thing and he does that, I just don't think it's a relationship you should be in. Because sure, you guys can like different things, or it's a thing where he likes this and you don't, and you like this and he doesn't, but it shouldn't be a thing where he's like actively trying to force you into it, if that makes sense. Because my thing is if you don't want to go on the boat and you don't want to hang out with his friends, he should be like, all right, cool, no problem. It is what it is. He goes and he boats with his friends or his family, and that's that. And you just don't go. Maybe there's some days you want to go. There's some days you don't want to go. But if he's not cool with that, then it's a thing where it's like, yo, you shouldn't force her into liking what you like. And if this is going to be a thing that consistently persists, I personally think it's a thing where you should just kind of step back from the relationship and be like, hey, look, I don't think this relationship is for me. Because the fact that you're kind of forcing me into liking the things that you like, and I keep telling you, hey, yo, look, this is not what I like, then I just don't see a future in this, because it's a thing where you are repeating yourself over and over and over again, and that's going to get tiring. After a while, you're going to grow to resent him. You're going to look at the relationship and being like, this is annoying. This dude is annoying. I don't want to deal with him anymore. So again, I think this is a relationship you probably should step away from if it continues, because I just think that he's just forcing you into liking what he likes, and you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to be forced into liking what he likes. If there is something he likes and you don't, he should be able to go do that thing and enjoy it, and you go and do your thing. If there's something that you like and he doesn't, well, you go do that thing and he does something else. It shouldn't be a thing where you like force your partner into liking what you like. I think that's kind of weird. I think that's kind of dumb. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments, and all the scenarios we've gone over today, as well as the thread. I appreciate you guys all for coming out, listening, and watching the episode for today's Tuesday episode, man. Thursday is our last Haunting Adeline episode, man. Woo! We've come far, man. We finished both books. We'll be finishing both books on Thursday. And then we're going to be getting into a new book, all right? Ooh, I'm excited. This book has been recommended by you guys. And the person who's recommended this book, I guarantee you when the first episode comes out, she knows who she is. And I'm telling you, the book is going to be good. I did look into the book a little bit just to kind of see what it was about. And this book is actually going to be pretty good. I'm excited for it. Never read it. I think the person that has recommended the book, I think they have read the book. So I'm excited to see what goes on. I'm excited to see what's up. So, I think it'll be the second episode of April, because on Thursday, I believe that episode will be in April. So I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 1,000% sure. I want to say that will be probably like the second episode, but yeah, so look forward to that. We'll be finishing Haunting Adeline this week, and then next week we'll be starting a brand new book, so I'm super excited about that. But I'll see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys all, and peace.